everyone, welcome to the channel, and today I will be reading a multi-character extruder by Arrowhead von Chixao on Tumblr. So let's get into it. Katsuki Bakugou. He couldn't believe it at first, that he was taking the plunge to move in with someone. He was a solitary person, even if he didn't seem like it. But he preferred his alone time, and even though he loved you, he wasn't used to this. This kind of thing that would come with relationships. And honestly, for Katsuki, he did not even think that he would have been in this deep in a relationship at this age. But here he was right now, with you in his bed, with his arms around your waist. He had no reason to complain though, as his heart pounded and his face heated at the sight of you next to him. The blankets pulled around your waist, your shirt rising to your chest, and your head tilted to his direction, and he probably lost a lot of time for however long he was staring at you, because it was hard not to when you looked that way. And with him holding you, it felt very domestic, and it made his heart melt on the inside, even if he hated the idea of it. But he loved you, and you couldn't help that. And surprisingly, when you woke up, you stared at him, only to see him staring right back at you. And you chuckled. "Were you watching me sleep? What a freak," you say jokingly, but you do not miss the blush on his face, or the way he rolls his eyes and brings you a little bit closer. The blush on his face was instant, though. The sheer embarrassment of being caught, working him into half, as he tried to rack his brain for an excuse, and the best coming out of his mouth was for you to shut up, since he didn't know what else to say. Because were you wrong? He was watching you sleep, and you looked adorable. You looked lovely, and you were all his. He admits that. He's a little bit possessive over you, but anyone would be, with how beautiful and good that you always were. He wanted you all for himself, and he was a little bit selfish for it. But he also loved you, and seeing you, and being able to experience everything with you, it made everything better. To the point where he felt like this with you, though he wanted to keep you all for himself. And he didn't know how, after all this time, he still managed to foster him so much. Your teasing was cut short though, as he shivered and pulled the blankets back around yourself. "I'm cold," he whispered, and Katsuki wasted no time in pulling you right against him, finding it even better to have your warmth strengthening with his in a close, tight embrace. And Katsuki closed his eyes and buried his face back against your neck, whispering, "I'll warm you up, sweetheart." Todoroki Shouto, his first concern was that he did not recognize where he was when he woke up. Nothing in the room looked the same to his sleep-hazed mind. The ceiling was not familiar. The wall was not familiar either. And neither was the lamp on the nightstand next to him. And with that said, Q in a panic about his whereabouts. But then, just right then when he was about to panic, he felt an arm tug around him. Your arm. And only then did Todoroki start to calm down. He felt at peace when you were with him. And then he realized that everything was alright. He was in his room. Well, not exactly his. It was both of your room right now. Todoroki had only recently moved into your place, and he was still taking the time to get used to everything. But seeing your face instantly It made him feel better, calmer, and peaceful. He spent minutes watching you sleep, studying your blissful features, and not entirely sure why it warmed his heart when he saw you almost every day. He should be used to this, but he was not in fact. Everything about you seemed to be a lot better when you were sleeping. It gave off a sense of serenity, and he wanted to save this moment forever, so he could keep that image of you in his mind. And the fact that you could make him feel this way, even with your wet head, and less than elegant sleeping form was a mystery. And when you stared, shining eyes opening to meet his, Todoroki smiled fondly, realizing now that every upcoming day, the first thing he would get to see was his entire world, right next to him. And Todoroki reached out to stroke your cheek. Good morning, beautiful. Midoriya Izuku, the two of you were watching movies in the common room when you fell asleep on the couch together. And Izuku woke up with your head against his shoulder and your soft breathing in his ear. He tensed immediately, unsure what to do, as his mind raced through 1,000 thoughts a minute. He knew it was inappropriate to let you sleep on him. What if someone saw you and thought you were dating or doing something worse? But seeing you so relaxed, he couldn't bear it in himself to wake you up. And slowly, he decided to free himself from your grasp, but you only held on tighter even in your sleep. A few more minutes. He mumbled sleepily, not fully awake, and slinking your arms around him. He looked so comfortable and cute and cuddly, and now he could not stop his heart from hammering as he snuggled against his fluffy hair. Blushing, Midoriya decided that a few more minutes of you cuddling him would not hurt at all, because every moment with you was completely worth it. Thank you guys for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. I hope you enjoyed listening to this as much as I did making it. Anyway, goodbye.